So welcome back, Rare Talks. You already know what
Don't know.
it is. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, go and check out the Spotify and see all the exclusive episodes.
Audio on there, you get me? Hear the exclusive episodes.
So I'm joined today by the most latest host ever. Goes by the name of Late Fend. That's his new name now. His
Man
name's
said the latest host ever. He's
latest
a joke,
host ever. How long was you today?
Bro, don't worry about. Don't watch me about how long.
Don't
I was,
watch you. What do you
don't
mean,
watch
bro?
How long I
How
was,
come I be
fam.
running a podcast and
Don't
say don't
how
watch
long
him?
I was,
How?
cause I came and I'm notifying you. I'm notifying
you.
you. You get me? Like so like, come on, check your phone. I notified you, bro.
No,
I'm running
brother.
late,
No,
bruv.
no,
Everyone's
brother.
human. Can't be here early all the time. Like.
Bruv, over an hour late.
What do you mean an hour late?
That's an hour late, bro.
What's the time now?
1 o'clock.
Anyway, my bad. Sorry, Draya, for being late.
Sorry to her. Why you say
Yeah.
sorry to her when it's me, bro?
My time was wasted as
You're
well.
the guest. You're the
I'm
guest.
the
No,
guest.
I have to have the
I
respect.
should have been late.
No, but I apologize to you, innit? Cause he knows. Like I told him I'm running late, innit? And I even messaged him before I left. I said, "Rah, boom, I'm gonna get there just after 12." I told you, but maybe
Just
he was
after
busy.
12?
Yeah, but maybe he was busy.
12:45.
Hey, man's on me
45
today, boy.
minutes.
Hold tight, the most grumpiest host in the world, man.
Nah,
Just
bruv,
grumpy
I'm not
today.
grumpy,
Cheer
nah,
up, fam.
nah.
Even, don't forget, bro, we're back. Back like we never left. Back, Rare Talks, done. No, we want that energy, fam. I need the energy, rude boy, that we've been having.
cool,
Not this
cool,
dead
no.
vibe, fam. You get me? Come on, stop being grumpy. I apologize to both of you lot for being late.
Alright, cool.
You get me?
Alright,
Yeah.
cool.
Done it now. You get me? I don't want to keep
Nah, we're
hearing
not
about
done.
it.
We're not done
Start
yet.
again.
Done
Let's-
it, you get me?
We're not done. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're not done. I need you to be early. Can you promise
come
the
on.
audience you're gonna be early, please?
Bro, the audience, I'm early, man.
Alright,
Don't
cool,
listen
cool.
to
No
me. Don't
problem.
listen
Let's
to
go,
me.
let's
I'm
go.
early. I'm always early.
So we're joined today by none other than the most magnificent Draya King.
Thank
Big
you.
up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So today we're gonna be talking about relationships.
Jeez.
Relationships.
Relationship.
How is your relationship? You know, we don't really do a lot of episodes with girls, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
There are fan bases 95% men.
Bare man, I watch man. Like,
Bare
yeah,
man.
it's mad,
So
like.
it's like
man,
it's a little bit kind of
Too
crazy.
many man.
Change it up now,
You get
come on
me?
now.
Yeah, you have to
Change
switch
it
it
up.
up. Yeah, man. So you've come to help us change the dynamics.
Stay
We
on, you've got the
appreciate.
right person, so you're good.
Come on.
All right. So what does relationship mean to you?
What does it mean to me? I think for me, the main thing is just having the basics. So communication, mutual respect, boundaries, love, whether it be friendship, whether it be partner, whatever you want to call it, and just an understanding. That's for me a relationship. When you have that, that's a relationship. Anything beyond that can be lovers or whatever you want to call it. Through my experiences, not everyone has those same.
Put the mic.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Not everyone has those same kind of perspectives of what a relationship means. So that's where you begin to have the issue.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out that way, you have to just go about your own business and do your own thing, basically. But that's my.
Do you think people place a lot of emphasis into relationships nowadays because of social media?
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like if you're not clued up and you watch social media, you'll think social media relationship is goals. Like you hear that all the time, and that's not the case because you don't know what happens behind closed doors.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For me, as much as like I'm on social media, whatever, I do music and stuff, for me, that's just like my own little world. I treat that differently to my own real world. So I don't get caught up in social media from, looking at something online and seeing that it's real. I'm not going to lie, being a female, it can be a bit, I guess, pressurizing because, like, say like me, I don't have children. If I look on there, I will see this person getting married, this person's got on their third child, and I'm just out here single, no kids. So you have that kind of pressure from a woman's perspective. I'm sure it's the same thing from a man as well. I know what it may be, money or whatever, relationship goals, but I feel like there is that pressure, but you have to be clued up in order to understand that it's not 100% that way, and not to kind of place your life on that because it's not going to be the same for you in reality.
Why do women crave sympathy rather than solutions?
I mean, that one, well, okay, I'm going to generalize this one, but I'm thinking, even from my perspective, obviously being a woman, having my emotional times, I feel like in the heat of the moment, with whatever is upsetting you, the thing you're thinking about is your emotions. You're not thinking about the solution at that given time. And I feel like that's why probably most women will want their, feelings to be cared for, or, identified during that point, because you're emotional, right? And I feel like the key thing, and again, it goes back to communication, allow the woman to, or even the man can be emotional, allow the person to feel that emotion. If you are like, no, I'm not going to address that right now, we're going to talk about the solution, the person's not going to be receptive. So I feel like that's where maybe men go wrong, or vice versa. A woman can go wrong if they're not dealing with their emotion in that time. You can't expect someone, people are human. You can't expect someone to just switch off their feelings in that moment and say, oh, do you know what? Let's forget what I'm feeling right now. Let's deal with the other bit. I feel like you get to that resolution or the solution bit after you've dealt with the emotions and you've understood why there's that emotional aspect, or why someone's emotional. Then you can get to, okay, well, what can we do next to avoid that, rather than just jumping straight to the answer. Not everything works like that.
I don't know, man, but I know that when women become too emotional, it's like logic goes out the window sometimes with some women, and then emotion overpowers them, and then that's when words start coming out like "get out of this house" or stuff like that, and then you're like, "What? This is my house."
It's over.
You know what I'm saying?
It's over now.
Because a woman will say to a man, she'll say, a guy will be like, "Yeah, I'm coming around to your house," and she'll be like, "No, it's our house." And then they'll have an argument, and she'll be like, "Get out of my house."
It's her house, though.
But if it's our house, it can't be from our house to her house.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
Well, I'm assuming it's her house. That's why she's saying that.
Yeah.
It's never
technically you are right, but if we're working together in and building this house, and like you said, I've heard it like, yeah, this is our house, and get out of my house. It doesn't
make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make no sense.
Because then what you do is you make the man feel uncomfortable, and that's when a man will find a woman that makes him feel comfortable. And I feel like, I'm not saying that these are the reasons why men go and do things they do, but I'm saying that there could be causes to think. It's like, why does a woman want to cheat on her man? It's not just she just woke up one day and she just said, you know what, I've got an urgent word. There's some women like that. They just messed up. But 9 out of 10 times, it's because of she's trying to communicate. You've done something that's led to that. Does it make sense? Anyway, but we're not going to get into that. Do you think men cheat more than women?
That's a good question.
I would say yeah. Only based on just I can only speak from my perspective and my friend's perspective, where the majority of the time it's the man cheating on the woman. Women definitely do cheat. I'm not going to hide that, but I do feel like more men cheat because I feel like they have more selection. They feel like they can just have anybody as and when they want. And I feel like men feel like it's a man thing. Well, all men cheat, so...
No, but saying that, but wait, I think that women don't get caught cheating, so women can cheat better than men.
Yeah. Because I was going to say that, you see with the situation with your friends, so what, there's no situations where that you personally know that your Bridget's, she's got a man, or she might be dating a guy on a date. Because that's still part of cheating.
I guess
that's still part, it's disloyalty, innit?
There have been situations, and there's a big but, I feel like, I know you're not going to like it, but I feel like when a woman cheats, 8 out of 10 times it's because the man has led her to cheat, or it's a thing. But I'm not saying it's acceptable. If you're gonna cheat, just don't be together. Just have a conversation, babe. It's not working. Blah 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 blah. But I feel like most times it's because the man's already cheated, or there's just some real issues that are not working at the moment. They don't see eye to eye. The woman's now fed up. She's like, forget this. I'm gonna do my thing. He's clearly doing his thing. But obviously,
I think as well, that women, I feel that they get away with cheating. I feel men are us men are brazen with it, innit? Like, and we're bait, innit? You get me? With certain things and certain actions, we're bait, you get me? But I feel women are just sly with it, innit? Like, and they've got it patterned, innit? You see what I'm trying to say? So even like you just said, if she's gone out for a date and she's got a husband at home or a boyfriend at home, but yeah, you're still dining, because even when you're working and you got your little work boyfriend, you know, girls here, they have their work boyfriends and that, yeah. I remember when I was working, I didn't know this. They're like, yeah, that's my work boyfriend. I'm like, huh? Yo, don't involve me in none of these politics. Like, I'm trying to keep my roof over my head, you know the way they're like, keep my family stable. But yeah, they have, so I'm like, then they go out for their little lunches and da-da-da-da. So obviously it's not as deep as men banging, but it's like, boy, we don't know what that leads to, because they're sly with it, they're slick with it. You see what I'm trying to say? I've got my question though, innit? What do you feel about, your partner, say like going through your phone or you going through a part, so women going through man's phone and man going through women's phone. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, I don't agree. I'm not gonna. I'll be honest. If this was 10 years ago, I'll be like, yeah, what's yours is mine. What's mine is what's yours is mine, but not what is mine is yours. No. But at this given time, no, I don't agree. When they get to that point, there's no trust.
Thank you.
For me, even little things like people that I've seen in the past, I don't even follow them on social media because I feel like when you start, it all becomes even little things. Oh, they've liked this person's picture. You're looking in the comments to see. Yeah. No, I'd rather let's just keep what we have in reality and social media. If I catch you doing what you're doing, that's your business. And I feel like with cheating, you will eventually find out whether you go through that person's phone, if it's based on how they're acting, their energy or whatever it is. But I don't agree with people going down people's phones. Back in the day, 100%. Even one time, I hacked into my own laptop to find out what my guy was doing. Basically, I know. Listen, I'm not playing. I literally, ladies, if you want to know, DM me and I will tell you exactly how you do this.
Finish him, the red one. But
I hacked into my own laptop and I found out that my boyfriend was cheating at the time. And I was pissed because he was doing it on my Wi-Fi, on my laptop.
Whoa. Yeah. On your laptop?
My laptop on Facebook. Because back in the Facebook days. Yeah, he was cheating on me. I knew he was cheating. And I was able to basically find out all his passwords to his... Do you remember POF? Plenty of Fish. He was on Plenty of Fish. He was on Facebook. Oh, God, it was terrible. Yeah. So sometimes it's needed. But I wouldn't do it now. That was like 9 years ago.
Yeah, what do you think of going through your partner's phone?
Hey, me?
Yeah.
I don't think it's right still. At the end of the day, I feel that, everyone's phone, it's like, it's become that now. It's your personal business, isn't it? So there could even be conversations that you got in there with like me and you could be having a serious conversation and we're talking about something, you're telling me something personal, it might be just being a convo base. And then someone's reading that. Sometimes it's not good. I don't think it's right because...
No, it's not.
I had a situation where I had a family member, like a close family member to us, and we was in like a family chat group and we'd be talking about things, but they're young, like the family member's young, and his girl is the same thing, like that generation went through his thing and they're seeing stuff about like man's talking about man's personal family members that's deceased and things like that, and they're seeing everything and just, wow, I didn't know that's going, like I didn't know you thought like that, and you see what I'm trying to say? So I feel it's wrong. I feel man shouldn't be going through their missus's phone. And the women should be going through their husband's phone. So I'm saying I don't think it's right, man.
Yeah, I'm not with all of that still. I'll be real with you. And you know what? I feel like if you like as a woman, go through a man's phone and do find stuff, don't be surprised if you find.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, but you can't say don't be surprised.
Listen, Draya, listen why. I know a man, he said, I'll never go through my girl's phone, but one day I went through my girl's phone. You know what he saw in his girl's phone? Do you know what he saw in his girl's phone? He saw his girl making home videos with someone else.
Oh my God.
Now, he said,
what you say for only
he don't know why Lord made him see that. It was like the biggest curse in the world. Because it was like, that was the worst thing.
Oh,
he said,
God, that's horrible.
After he saw that, he just threw the phone on the floor. He didn't want to see no more. He didn't want to see no more. Obviously, it was from a long time ago, but she still has it on her phone.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, he couldn't look at her in the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I know another guy that went through a woman's phone and she wrote a message to her friend. So she said, he can't hit it like my ex used to do.
Ooh.
My man was traumatized. See, men, that's a traumatizing thing to say.
Because it's pride, your pride, your ego.
He's like, I don't even know what to do. You came to me on a depression thing. He's like, I don't know what to do. I want to tell you something, but I don't want to tell you. And I'm like, you see when someone says that to me, I'm like, he's going to tell me, this is going to be mad.
Yeah,
so I'm like, what is it, bro? He's like,
bad,
bro, it's a little bit mad. The girl said that, she's saying that I'm not doing it like an ex used to do it. I'm like, how do you know? He's like, what, she said it to you? He's like, no, I was going through her messages. And I said, why is he going through her messages? He's like, I just had a feeling in my heart. Something's not right. And I'm like, okay. And that paranoia that some men have is because of what's happened in past relationships.
That's right, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, bringing them past traumas into your current relationship.
Yeah.
You can't do that, man. You know, you just can't do that. And then, it messed up that relationship. That relationship was over from then because he just...
That's peak.
He just kept thinking... He said he couldn't lay down with her. And that was You know, that's a big thing in a relationship when you're with your partner, innit? Sexual intimacy, innit?
Yeah.
So when you're with someone, if you're always thinking that she's reminiscing on someone else, you're gonna your whole mind's not gonna be there. So you're not gonna be able to perform, and that's gonna mean that you're not gonna be able to want to be with her, and then eventually the relationship's gonna fall apart, and that's what actually happened because of going through the phone. So
the moral of the story is don't be going through your partner's phone.
Yeah, if you don't want to,
don't want to see what. Like,
yeah, if you're scared,
I'm trying to say that everyone's got that in their phone, trying to accuse everyone. You get me? Disclaimer, but
you shouldn't do it anyway. I don't think you should do it anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it's right.
If you want to give your like password to your missus or your missus have the password, that's no problem, man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't trust each other that much to do that, and you lot are comfortable with that, but I just feel like in this day and age that we're living in, the following person on social media, I stopped that from years ago.
Yeah,
because I start people. You know what people do? They, you know, when you're in a relationship,
they spy on you.
No, they put up posts against you. Like,
oh yeah, so
yeah. When you have fallouts,
I see it bare times.
I wish I could just. Some men are no good for nothing. And you're like, rah!
Yeah.
Me, yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, females, we do that a lot. I wouldn't say I personally do it. I try not to because I'm very much aware because I've had it done to me, and it's not nice. But people don't. I don't like indirects on social media. It's very annoying.
Yes.
Or you'll ask the person, so was that about? Was that no? Like, why are you parent that? I don't like that because they're playing mind games. Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
So it's not. Go ahead.
And I was gonna say as well, like, because you said it earlier about with the Instagram as well. What I've never understood is like, oh, you're liking this person's page. You're liking. So my narrative was, so hold on. When I'm looking on Drake's page, blood, man sees your like. I don't care, bruv. That's the reality of it. I see you like Drake's page. I see you like Gigs or whoever. They are public figures. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to be a public figure by doing my music. So if I'm I've got a network. If I've just followed a singer, I'm networking. She's posting something that I like. You know, even if she's got her legs out, it don't matter. She ain't gonna have a private side because you can't do that on Instagram. So I could understand if I was, you know, you're on a dating website, whatever. That's different. But I've never understood that. Like, yeah, you like, and I've been told it bare times in the past. Like,
what's your thoughts on dating websites? Have you ever put yourself out there?
Yeah, I have. I feel like I'm a 21st century woman. I will try everything, and it's a thing of where, obviously, with lockdown, I did and try it even more because you're on lockdown and stuff. But yeah, I've tried it before, and I've actually met people, decent people off there.
Are you sure they're decent? How do you know he's not a serial killer?
Bro, that's a serial killer.
Well, I'm still alive. I ain't dead yet, so that's all I know. But I've actually met some not even just from I'm talking from like even the kind of business perspective or just networking. I feel like we're in the 21st century. A lot of stuff you can blow on social media. You can get a job on social media. There's so much you can do on social media. So I feel like for you, if anyone's against it in terms of like, obviously you have to date people from social media.
Have you met guys though, like guys that you've been intimate with on them?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
I have.
Yeah. She seems happy.
I feel like
yeah.
Well, it's to me. I feel like it's the same thing as kind of. I feel like it's better than meeting somebody like in a club. Because in a club, one, you're shouting at each other. You can't get to know each other properly. Yeah, but on social media, you can have the time to at least talk before. Because you know how many people, I've probably escaped so many, even serial killers or whatever it is, by talking to people on social media because we're talking first rather than seeing in the flesh first, if that makes sense. So it depends how you look at it. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I have a question for you guys, but yeah, that's my answer to your question.
Go on, ask your question.
It's going back to Blue Therapy with the guy that was dating this girl was saying that he had an issue because she's like a social media girl. He had an issue with her putting like love hearts under when people put love hearts on her thing, like responding to them or just liking it back. Or I think he had an issue as well with her like being with her friends like on Snapchat and stuff and like twerking and dancing in the video. But she wasn't like twerking by herself, from what I understand. She was just dancing with her friends in the club. It was like, no, you can't do that. Like, I don't want my girl to be twerking regardless. Like, I don't care whether it's with her friends or by herself. He was like, no. What do you think about that? Like, your girlfriend just having fun with her friends on Snapchat and things like that. Do you think it's wrong? Or
boy, for me personally, I don't believe in none of that stuff still. You ain't doing none of that. That stuff don't exist. Like, You wanna twerk in front of me. Let me throw some bands.
You know
in
that.
you.
Let me slap that.
I got some bands. I got some bands. Let me get some bands out the bank and let's do our own thing in our own house. I put my tripod up. I get my camera up. We can do a proper thing. I edit it. We can watch it back 3, 4, 5 times.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'll buy you a cowgirl suit. I'll get the cowboy hat. Get it. Yeah, I'm on my thing. Yeah, let's do our thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't, no little dancing, no nothing.
In our house, me and you, we
No,
can
we've had our
shock
friends.
out. We could do the best. I'll show you all the moves.
That's controlling to me.
For me, I agree with what you're saying. I feel that she can have fun, but I wouldn't want to see my girl twerking up on Instagram, Snapchat, just for them because who's watching you? Your brethrens are not. So your followers now. Let's break down the demographics. Your followers that you're twerking for. You know, if you're not swinging that way, then you're only twerking for man to see. And it's like what you just said. We could have a dance off in my yard.
Yeah, man.
A dance off in the yard.
But
why not?
With you having fun with your friends and that's cool.
Yeah, that's different. Not twerking by yourself. That's a different kettle of fish.
But even with your bridges were twerking, that man just gonna be like, right, just with the whole collection today. You get me?
God.
Not trying to. Yeah, that's like you get me the Malanta girl, maybe like the Malanta girls. Like you get me what man?
Okay.
Like you said, throw the bands on the back.
But then,
like.
what's the difference between? Go on.
I was just gonna quickly say though, if I had was in a relationship with a stripper or like a dancer, then or a model, then that's what I've signed up for, innit? I can't blame when she's on social media twerking or she's in a strip club and man, that's how she's getting paid. I can't really, you get me? Like that's, but I didn't sign up for that. Yeah, I didn't sign up for that. So, and when I met you, you was a decent, you was a decent female. Like, you wasn't, that's why I came to this direction. I could have went to that direction down into the ghetto. When the yard raves and that, got two gallon from the bashment rave and you get me, but I went that direction. So, but yeah. Do you think it's controlling though?
I think, well, if it's a thing of where she's actually just twerking by herself in the video, because you got them guys that actually do twerk videos, that's different. But if she's just having fun with her friends and is on Snapchat, whether she's twerking, I don't feel there's nothing wrong with it, she's just having fun. I don't feel like that's bad. But my thing is,
what's that one? When you throw it up in the end, you go like, whoa.
That's not sexual though, is it?
Yeah, so you don't have to be sexual to dance. Like,
yeah, but what girls you see always do that? No one really does that.
I'm just confused. I just feel that dancing don't have to be sexual, innit?
It doesn't. No, you're right. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Like,
if it's a bashment, you're gonna be doing certain moves. I don't get me wrong. I'm not a full blown. I can't even twerk, to be fair anyway. But I will do little wine and whatever. I'm not one of those girls that's gonna be posting like stuff like that on social media. But everyone's different, isn't it?
But you do music, innit?
I
that's
do music.
different. If you're in your videos and you're winding up, boom, boom, do that all day long because that's your thing. Like you have to sell your image and also,
exactly.
you know what I mean, innit?
Yeah.
So how would you feel then if your guy was in the rave and he's dancing up with a gal like that?
That's
then?
a whole.
No,
that's
it's
different.
the same thing.
It isn't, because I'm dancing with me and my girls by ourselves. We're in a vibe, having fun. A guy, my boyfriend on social media dancing. This is why I don't do social media with my partners. I'd rather just not do it, but I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing, because he's now dancing with another female, and a dance can lead to a lot of stuff, I know how guys are. They be getting excited. So that can lead to a lot of stuff. So for me, it'll be an issue. But what I was going to say is, okay, if you put the shoe on the other foot, okay, for men, obviously, not all the time, it's quite things which attract them. When it comes to women, it's like a sexual thing. She might be dancing like, oh, okay, let me see what she's saying in real life. A guy, it might be that you stunting your money and your cars. That attracts women. So what's the difference between a woman twerking with her friends and you stunting with your boys and just having money? And that attracts a lot of women as well. You can say the same thing.
Look, I feel it's not. You are right, but I feel it's not sexual. That's why I thought of the dancing with a gal, because even though you're doing the twerking thing, you're basically saying to your followers, yeah, come dance with me, or look at this, you get me? And when the followers are looking at, right, yo, bro, hey, oh, beat that, but she got a battle, whatever, you get me? She can move, That's, that's how like people are going to be rolling when they're looking, especially the young youths, like, rah. But the immature man is different, innit? But I don't know, because stunting and that is like, you could be stunting like, I'm getting money, like you said earlier, like, I got a new whip. What is your whip faster than mine? Come race, but we're just doing it to compete. Like 9 times out of 10, it ain't sexual. You see what I'm trying to say? That's why I try to think of the only way I could think is if man's in the gym every day and man's got man's top off, putting oil on man's. Yeah, we say ladies, That's basically, you've got, like, for the men, because we don't have none of them things. Like, we express ourselves by, like you said, balling, rah, rah, rah. But the only way you can say is that man's in the gym and the man's like, yeah, we girls fit. Because you twerking, by not saying nothing, you've already said it. Yo, guys, rah, look at this. Even though it might not be your intention of twerking. So for the man, it's like, it's different. Because we don't have no form like that to say, rah, gal, come in.
When you see girl twerking on Snapchat, what do you think?
Like, I look at how much followers she's got. Like, being real, innit? Right, she might be good for my music video. Oh, da-da. But straight away, it's like, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I try and stay away from it, because I'm thinking, right, it looks nice. Like, that, what I like, what I'm seeing right here. I'm being real, blood.
So,
like,
see,
I
for a
love
woman,
that. I love
women,
all that.
you're having innocent thoughts about what's happening, but men are having dirty thoughts. So, as my woman, why do I want everyone to have dirty thoughts about my woman? Does that make sense? So,
right.
I feel like that's where it goes. But just to go back to something, I don't know if you lot knew this, but back in ancient history days, like ancient African history, a way a woman used to seduce a man was by dancing. So she would do that twerking. Twerking's not something new, you know. She would do all of that with the bum and then shake the body and the hips and that, and the man would just be mesmerized. And he'd just be like, I want her. Like, they'll all be dancing and he'd be like, that's my wife now. That's the one I want. Like, that's
Wow, just based on that.
Yeah, like, just on that, the way she's moving, I want her. Not that one. They're both dancing good, but I want that one. And that's his wife now. That's how you'd pick his wife. So the same way, bro, like, like your woman's dancing that such a way, man, I still got that ingrained in them. Raw.
Yeah.
That looks good.
But then that's not on us, that's on you guys.
It's true. It's true.
How are we meant to think?
Again,
Do you want to put me?
Oh,
do you want to
she
make me
can
jealous?
dance really
Do you wanna
yeah,
make me
but you
jealous?
know what? Again, this is
She can
I'm
dance
gonna go
really good.
deep now.
Yeah.
You know, they say that all men are trash, and there's been a lot of, like, especially recently, a lot of discussion around like how men just really overly sexualize women, or like women don't feel safe. Like, even going to the gym.
Listen.
If I'm wearing shorts or whatever, you walk past the guy.
Jaya, let me tell you something.
Go on.
Women are more sexual than men.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. How many women have I met in my life that have said, we're not having sex? And I wasn't even thinking about sex. What are you talking about? Why are you trying to import your dirty mind into mine?
Oh, please.
But
Women
you see
have
the
always
gym,
do
yeah?
that.
You see the gym?
No, hear this.
Yeah,
Guess
I've
what a girl
got
said to
to
me?
put a
A girl
mess-
said to me
I've got-
once, I was wearing grey tracksuit bottoms. I didn't even knew none of years back, yeah? This is like, I don't know, 8 years ago, yeah? I'll never forget this. A girl said, oh, you know what you're doing when you're wearing the grey tracksuit bottom. I'm like, what the hell? Listen. I'm like, no. I'm actually naive. I'm like, no, I don't understand what you're talking about. She's like, yes, you do. You know what you're doing. I'm like, no, I literally don't. Like, explain to me what I'm doing. She's like, oh my gosh, why are you acting dumb? I'm like, I am generally don't know what you're talking about. She's like, you do. And then I went to another, like my cousin or something. I said, but what's this girl talking about? Grey tracksuit bottom. She's like, oh, you didn't know. And then she told me what it was. And I was like, man, what? Girl are looking at me like that.
Yeah,
and then now
mad.
I started to feel
Yeah, I
self-conscious
didn't know.
of myself.
Yeah,
Were you
I
wearing
didn't know
today?
No, this is not grey. This is green. No. She's trying it. I'm wearing green.
Cut the grey.
This is green.
This is green.
This is green.
I thought it was grey.
And see, green.
Colourblind.
So,
Yeah.
so you see, so
do
where
you
did
know
that
what?
come from?
No,
Where did
no,
that?
I've been
You
told
know,
that as
you
well,
knew
yeah.
that. You knew that as well, innit, about the grey
Yeah, I
tracksuits?
knew that.
I didn't even
Yeah.
know that, but I've been told as well, like prior, in the past, the same thing. Like, and I was like, huh? What's this like? And then it makes me not want to wear grey
Thank
tracksuits,
you.
bro. Do you see? I see. I'm in all black all the time. One time I'm in black, fam. Like
Black.
or grey jeans. It's peak, cuz you get me. So, but you know what? Yeah, the gym thing. So you feel, yeah, when you're in the gym, how do you feel? Go on, because
Well,
I'm gonna
for
tell you how I
me,
feel. What
okay,
happened to me.
I normally just wear baggy stuff when I go to the gym. I try not to wear like too much tight stuff because I see how guys are when if a girl walks past and her just be drooling and be doing. And it's like, for me, the gym is not for that. I'm there to work out. So, and it's not even just in my view. Speaking to a lot of friends, they feel uncomfortable when you go to like the weight section because the man them are just there and just, I don't know, like it's just too much. So for me, I feel like it can be uncomfortable when you're in the gym at times. It all depends on who's there, how many men are there, and what you're wearing. But that's why I just go looking like.
But I seen girl come to the gym in full blown makeup in the tightest
that's
yoga pants.
I'm not
Man,
gonna
what's
lie.
on there?
Yeah,
What's
that's
on?
even me
You see
going to
the-
the gym
the
with makeup.
shape
That's
and
a no. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, come on, girl, what are you doing?
You put makeup on to go
Yeah,
gym.
that's silly.
Do you?
Because you're gonna not me. No.
Yeah, why?
No.
Yeah. 'Cause you're gonna
At all.
sweat it off
Of
anyway.
course, no, that's
Yeah.
silly. And I've seen it. And there's been times I was like, okay, this is just
she's
You're
coming
doing the
there to
most,
look man,
you're
innit?
doing the most. But then there's guys as well who do the most. They'll be making up bare noise for no reason.
No, but that's like,
No, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. They're unnecessary, you know.
Mentioning that, you get me, like
Top off.
Yeah.
Like you would think they've got all baby oil. Come on, guys, do it as well. Guys are just as bad.
Do you know what though? Like, cause you train a lot. I don't know if you've experienced it, but bro, one time I'm in the gym, I'm doing rowing. I'm on the rowing machine, so obviously I'm on the rowing machine. There's bare gal on the cycling thing, but I'm not really looking. I'm trying to do the miles on that. I'm literally got a goal in my head. I'm trying to get rid of my belly. Like I was literally on it. Next minute, I could just feel this gal. She's on the thing and she's doing the cross trainer. She's just watching me. I said, I just doing my thing there. I look around and there's a next gal watching me. I'm saying, what's going on here? Is it because I'm rowing properly or? But I was doing everything correct. So anyway, I moved the section now. I've gone on to the cycles now. The girls on the rowing machine now have looked back. You hear me? That see, bro. She's smiling at me. I said, nah, this is mad. It's like, I'm getting eyes. And I'm saying, but obviously I'm giving eyes. I'm not going to lie. Like, because the gym, innit? It's like, bro, that this is, you get me? But I'm still focused. I'm training on my own as well. But I'm getting bare eyes. Every time I go in there, I have to come away from this gym. There's too much women in there. Like, this is mad. This is not going to have me focus. They're not focusing on their exercise.
Do you know?
I've been through it.
Do you know what a woman said? You know what a woman said? I used to go to the gym a lot. Yeah, I used to be a personal trainer. She said, "I come to the gym to look for man."
Oh wow.
And that's when I realized the game was over. She said that to me. And then
the game.
I looked around at all the women in the gym and I started thinking,
No.
I see it now. You get me?
I see your angles.
see the eyes.
I see your
That's what you guys
angles.
want. That's what you guys want women to think. I'm telling you, there's a lot of females. The majority of females, when it comes to gym, they go to gym to work out. I can say that, hand on heart. You get the few small handful where they actually go to gym. I've seen it myself, but I'm just like, even as a female, even I feel uncomfortable because like you're just doing too much, babe. Why are you doing this?
Have you been in the gym and then you saw a guy and you thought, oh my gosh?
Yeah, of course.
And as that guy looked at you like, yeah.
No, because I like trash.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what is it then? Sometimes I feel like in this, like I said, we're in a very sensitive culture where we're in a very sensitive culture where everybody's so sensitive about things. So it's like a woman said to me, I've been sexually abused because I was walking on the road and men are whistling at me. I'm like, what? That's not sexual abuse.
No, but do you know what?
For a man I'm saying, so
they made it
a
like
man
a
being
law now as
attracted
well.
to you is sexual abuse.
Yeah, but do you know
That's kinda
what?
crazy,
When it
though,
comes
isn't
to certain
It's
things,
crazy.
I do say personally, I feel like it's for the person at the receiving end to determine what that means to them. And even again, I even saw it on the billboards. It's so true. Even going to school, I wouldn't say maybe sexually abused, but sexually harassed. That's probably the right word she should have used. I don't know any female, even when I was in my school uniform, I would get grown men come to me.
Yardie
Even
ones.
my friend was saying, even the other day,
What, yardie?
not even just yardie men, white men, Asian men, just men in general. You might laugh about it,
Them yardie
but it's
men.
real. But the yardie men, they are terrible.
belly
They're
men.
the
We know
worst.
from our estate that we had a girls' school right opposite.
They're
and the
mad.
yardies were just,
They're wild. But it's even when you go carnival, it's expected. You know your ass is gonna get grabbed. You know
That's
it's
not good though,
it's
man.
normal.
Yes.
It's normal. I've seen
I
girls
don't
go
think it's
mad
right,
and guys want to bottle a girl because she's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I've seen it so many times.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I don't know
mad.
any female who has not been at least sexually harassed in some shape or form by a male.
That's not right
Crazy.
still. Yeah, that's
even
not right.
schoolgirls. On the billboard, it says I think every two in three girls get sexually harassed on their way to school,
what the hell?
and it's real.
That was probably true though.
Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. Yeah, like.
So what
it's
do you?
mad.
No, that's crazy.
That's
I don't
mad
know.
still. Yeah, I don't even know what to say with that. That is deep still, because we don't really look at it like that, innit? Because you know you're just another male. Like, so obviously I'm like, I see a female whatever, but then you might say hello or whatever, and she don't even want to chat to you. But like you said, she could have been going through all her life, you know. Now, because you might think, oh, she's rude, man. Go on like your shit, don't think or whatever, innit? But it's like you don't know. You saying that is hit home still?
No.
Yeah, it's hit home.
It's so I feel like again when women say certain things, I know for a man it might not come across that way from your perspective, but from a female, when it's in some shape or form, it happens along the way from your young years up until you being a grown woman. It gets to a point where it's a lot. It's too much.
Have you ever been sexually harassed?
Yeah, I've been sexually harassed. There's been times, even like when I was younger, I think I was even walking from school or something. But then a guy was literally just like, he was driving his car, but it's like he started to speed up. And it's like it was just, I don't know what he was trying to do, But I started running and he's speeding up, and then it was just a bit mad. But there's been situations where even I know for a fact this happened. I can't even. It's been countless times. And I don't mean even physical touching. It can be just verbally. For me, that's sexual harassment.
Like what though? Like what? Like what though?
Just like,
yo, fat pussy girl.
Nah, that's too much. Is it too much? I don't know. I don't know.
But from a young,
what
being
about
younger,
no.
That's different. That's different. Yeah. But anything for me, like I'm talking about, especially my younger years. Now I feel like, obviously, I'm not saying I can fight a man one-on-one. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I feel like I can handle it more. But I'll actually tell a man about himself. But when I was younger, I was too scared to tell my mum about certain things like that. Or it just became, I don't know, you would just kind of just not think about it because you wasn't aware what sexual harassment meant. Or there's been times where, I'll be real, like I've spoken when I was younger, I spoke to like an older guy online, and he had kids, and I was young. I was speaking to him online, and he had kids. How old did you? I was a teenager, and he was a grown ass man. So things like that. But me not really, nothing ever happened. But it was online and stuff, and some weird stuff used to happen online. But that's just me being open and honest with you. I probably told no one about that, by the way. But like these stuff happened, and he had kids.
That's mad. And
that's something which for me, I don't know what I was doing at that age, but for me, it was kind of normal at the time. But yeah, there's been wild stories, not even just mine, just friends as well.
Even the whistling, I remember when I was doing the scaffolding, innit? We was like in Brixton for time, Acre Lane. So every day the scaffolders, you know, but man's not even getting involved in it. I'm just doing my work, whatever. But and even to the point, I'm like, nah, you man need to kind of chill. You man are moving like pests. Obviously, they're trying to do that. The site manager come walking up to us. I said, listen, just had a report. Yeah, you know, there's a lady that's walking past every day and she hears you lot whistling.
Yeah, that's a
it's
lot.
Like they whistle to the same one every day, and she goes, she knows she's gonna report the site to the police. Like, so they made it a thing like you can't even do it. So it's like a code on site where if you do it, you could get a strike and get kicked off a site for it.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah, man, it's terrible still. We don't know. Sometimes we don't know the trauma we put these women through, bro. Like as men, fam.
Yeah, sexual harassment is not correct in any.
It's not good in any shape or form, nah, man.
But someone might. I always play the different side of the story. Do you think some women, by the way they dress, do you think they make it easy to be sexually harassed?
No, I don't feel like because someone dressed a particular way, they should be sexually. I think that's where people go wrong. Just because, a woman might wear batty riders and a bra down the road doesn't mean that she wants to be sexually harassed or touched inappropriately. Although, for some people, it might come across that way. Everyone has their own view on, do you know what I mean? It might be that she has, I don't know, mental health issues. It might be that she's just over feeling herself. She's just feeling herself in general. Doesn't mean that she should be raped or sexually harassed. And I thought that's where men go wrong. Just because of your physical, whatever it is, doesn't mean you are sexually that way. It just means that's the way you like to dress. You just like to wear pom-pom shorts, and it is what it is. The same like for a man. It's like if I see. Like even men will say they've been sexually harassed.
I was just about to go to that. I was going to ask you your opinion.
Yeah,
on that.
They've been groped.
I've been in rape.
It's the grey tracksuit bottoms. That's what the sexual harassment is.
Yes, pardon me. That's another one.
Sexually harassing man.
Yeah.
Looking down, like a woman saw me the other day, and the first thing she done, she looked down. I'm like, what's she looking at? I had to look down at myself and say, what?
Yeah, we must know that.
She sees something. Like I can't. Like her eyes didn't even look at me. She just looked down. I'm like, have I got any stains on my trousers?
What's going on?
My trainer's kind of dead or something. What's going on? She didn't even look at me as a human. She just looked straight down. And I was thinking, right, that felt maybe for a kind of a way still.
Like,
yeah, it happens to men.
I've been in the rave. I remember when we went Oxygen years ago. And I swear, I think I was like to you, like, bro, these girls keep troubling me, man. And you know, I was like, bro, why you keep like kind of, you know, like, but bro, when I mean they were troubling me every minute. Someone's touching my bum. But the first time, I turned around and cried like, my mad like, who's that? And I looked in it and to see the two girls and they were just sniggering. And I think I told you.
I remember that day. I remember that day.
I can't even lie, I was so uncomfortable. Like, I remember how, and he's like, well, I moved to that fan. I didn't even want to chat to them, nothing. Because it's like, why don't you just come up to me and speak to me? You're touching my bum. But if it was the other way around now, bro, you're going to give me years. Like, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not right. This ain't right. Like, everyone should be left alone, like, you get me, like, touching my, and then I've been at work, and the same thing was happening there, and I'm like, listen, and I got serious, like, one day I sweat, and they're like, Ro, what are you getting mad? I'm like, please, man, like, this ain't right, like, you know what I'm trying to say, like, this is not right, like, this man doesn't even want to be touched there anyway, like, you get me, like, no, it just, I don't think it's right still. So it must be mad uncomfortable for women still because
100%.
man's been through it and it's not nice. You get me?
Do you think that people don't place emphasis on marriage and just more on just having relationships?
It's mad because if I go back to social media again, I do feel like, well, not people exactly in my circle, but I feel like I'm seeing a lot more young people get married. And I feel like there are more young people getting married than before. I don't know whether there's statistics to prove it, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a difficult one. If I talk about people in my circle, people are just more focused on just having a happy, healthy relationship for now, and they're not focused on marriage just yet. But I feel like outside of my circle, I feel like more people seem to be getting married. But again, that's just what I see on social media. I don't know. So I'm a bit on the fence of that one, to be honest. What about you?
I feel like people don't care about marriage anymore. I heard someone say it's just a piece of paper.
We were saying it earlier kind of as well, isn't it? It's like a contract.
But, let me tell you something. When you get a driving license, what is that? It's a piece of paper. When you get a degree, what is that? A piece of paper.
Yeah,
So
the world's run on paperwork.
So let's not do any paperwork then.
But are you saying you don't agree or you disagree?
No, I'm saying.
Marriage is not a driving license.
No, but I'm saying is, even though people are saying it's a piece of paper, it's not actually a piece of paper. It's a certificate to say that there's a contract between you and that person. Now, why don't we place an emphasis on it? Is the reason we come from certain communities.
Yeah, could be.
You know, the destruction of the household is the destruction of the people not getting married, because then what happens is there's a lack of commitment. There's always that level of I can just leave at any moment. You know, you're kind of married and there's like ties between you. Like we've got a yard together, we've got this together. Like this is kind of deep. We've got 3-4 kids. We're married. Kids know call me mum, dad. Everyone in the family knows each other. That family knows that. You're more likely to not want to leave each other. You might go through problems because I feel like as that's youngers, true. We see like people go through problems. The older generation, if you knew what they went through to survive their relationship,
we don't even
you
know.
would understand that you haven't been through nothing. Them elders, when they tell you, and then some of us youngers, we think we're so better than them. We're like, I would never go through that. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Be quiet. They done that for the sake of you even being here now.
In their marriage,
have some respect. You know what I'm saying?
I thought they had less choice as well, so it was even harder.
Yeah, it was even harder. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you hear what they gone through, like things like her husband was like sick for 20 years. Like, can you imagine someone being sick and not being able to sleep with him for 20 years and just being taken care of a man like a baby, and she's stuck by him. You know, she done whatever she had to do. She done everything, all the appointments. She never missed one. Like nowadays, let a man get sick for 2 weeks. The woman's like, I can't believe I ain't slept for 2 weeks. Like, waste, man. I need another man. I need a man that's gonna put it down on me. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy out here. So
they want to make you a soup. You get me?
I've been making him sick for 2 weeks. What do you think I am? Your maid? What do you think I'm your maid? He needs to go back to his mum's house. I can't wait for him to go back to his mum's house. Can live
go
my
get
life.
your mum to make you soup.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's not. Marriage is not something that as the younger generation growing up, they don't think about. I don't hear a lot of the younger saying, I want to get married. I just hear them saying, yeah, I got this link, I got this girl. And there's certain older men that are just washed.
Yeah.
Like,
they're not leading by example.
38, 40, and they're just like, they're still linking gal like, yeah, I'm going to my baby mother's house. I'm looking at them thinking,
yeah.
Like, really? Baby mother? She's not your wife yet. You've been with her for all 20 years with 7 kids, but you don't marry her.
Your baby mother, like you can't say that's your baby mother.
Baby mother, like
from you're together, it's not your baby mother.
Man's been with her for 20 years and he's calling her baby mother. You know how
that's
dumb
different.
that
That's
sounds?
different.
That's backwards still.
Yeah.
So, I think as well with marriage, like it's something that you have to be really serious. I believe in marriage still. I think marriage, it motivates both of you to kind of stick together and fight for things, and it makes you both responsible. Like you said, if we're paying our rent together, we're gonna pay the mortgage. It gives you more drive, innit? You see what I'm saying? But I think we've been shown that marriages ain't successful. But when we look back, like if I look at my grandparents, I'm like, bro, my nan, my granddad, they went through best. Like, and they done well through their marriage, through the teamwork that they had. Like, because again, it's the teamwork. The marriage kind of made it stronger for them. And then obviously in this society, they say marriage is overhyped and that. But I don't know, man. Like, it's something that you have to both be serious about. You get me? Because I do see myself getting married, but man has to be serious. Like, and I think financially in it, because I don't know,
financially that's the most important thing.
It is, isn't it? See, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm glad I even asked this question, because for me, I'll be saying that, innit? But people will be like, nah, bro, it's not about money. But how am I going to pay for my wedding, bro? Like,
No.
not even just that. How am I going to be able to have the stability for us to move forward? You know, like,
Facts.
we're going to have this yard and then we're going to sell that and then it's going to go to the you. And you get me? Like, marriage, you have to have stability, man. Financial stability.
Have to.
You get me?
Do you believe in monogamy or polygamy?
I'm laughing because anyway, I won't go into that topic. But no, I believe in. I feel like one person should just be one person.
Who said that?
That's my view.
But she's crazy. No?
But
That's
I
my
do
view.
feel like, because I'm talking from own experience, has been an experience where that wasn't the case. But I feel like sometimes you need certain things to happen to make you realize what you want or what is right for you and what isn't right for you. So I feel like
No, you have to explain that now because that sounds like something deep. You can't just you can't
God.
fly past that. You can't fly past that, Draya. No way.
I mean, basically, I was kind of seeing someone who was in a like open relationship kind of thing.
How does that work, though?
Polyamorous.
Because it wasn't really. Well, it wasn't really. It was. Quite long story short, this is really peak. I don't want to be putting this.
Like, yo, Jingo, you've come and gave us some gems. I swear down, like.
But
yeah,
basically,
really.
it's like we tried to be together, but it never really worked out. But we still were very much in love with each other. But then they decided that they didn't want us to be together. So it was a thing of where, I'm not gonna lie, where I was in love, I've never done it before. I was like willing to kind of just have that person in any shape or form. And it's not something which I was used to, but it was something which at that time, because I was just so much in love, before I knew it, I was in like some sort of open relationship, you might as well say, but where we were good friends at the same time, but then things started to get complicated, lines started to get blurred to a point where we just, whatever was going on wasn't aligned, we weren't seeing eye to eye on certain things, so that ended. So that's why I can't sit here and say, from my personal opinion, that one or the two are better than the other. Well, not one, sorry, not that it's better than the other, but one is wrong, one is right, because I've gone through it myself and it served its purpose for me because it helped me to learn certain things. If I didn't go through that, I don't think I would have the view that I have now. But now I'm saying, because of that situation and where I've gone through it, I do feel like just having one person in your life or whatever is better, is more healthier, because it's just stress free. There's less headache. You can build with that person, have a team. You know, you're both on the same page. You both have the same expectations, the same needs, same wants. You have all the basic stuff, communication, all that stuff going on. Whereas if it's open and it's shared, lines can get blurred and there's more chance of things going wrong. So for me, I definitely feel that. And I always get the two confused, but that's why I say, in terms of the names of them, being with one person is better than, I guess, having like an open relationship.
Yeah, it's called monogamy or polyamorous.
Yeah, I always get confused of which one means which.
Yeah. I do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one because a lot of people, I feel like monogamy, I don't know who taught us about monogamy because back in the days, I always go back to the ancient times, innit?
Yeah.
People, because of the way society was, because of wars and stuff like that, it was impossible for a woman to actually be with one man. And if statistically we tried to put each woman with each one man, there'd be so many women that would be without men.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that it's correct or it's right or it's wrong or this and that. I'm saying that statistically, you can't match every single woman with every single man, and statistically, because there's more women in the world than men.
That's right, yeah.
So there would be an influx. That means that would leave some women on the back burner.
True.
Is that right for them to be out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When there's a good man out there that probably could,
Cater for two.
yeah, he could juggle more. Yeah,
Nicely put it. What about you? What do you think?
Oh, shit. I remember I said it on the last one. We was talking about it with B Hypes and that. Obviously, a man's a man, innit? A man's, like you said, back in times, it was like in wars and they were conquering the planet. So, man might be in Ireland. He's got his wife in Ireland. Then he has to move because he's in the army. He has to go and fight in the Falklands. He meets a partner in the Falklands. Boom, boom, boom. Then he has kids. So I feel I don't feel that like man should be going around beating every woman, innit? You get me? I don't feel that still. But I feel, yeah, man, to have to balance it, on the man's side, it will even for the women as well, because then they're going to get left lonely. So it must be happening throughout time, innit? But it is better to have one partner, innit? In our day and age, it is better, innit? You see what I'm trying to say? It's hard, man.
Is it?
It's a balance. It's a
Well,
balance. Get man in
if
trouble,
you-
man.
Is it?
Ask me off camera.
Is it?
oh wow, there's a hidden story behind that one. Then
But yeah, man. What do you think makes a successful relationship in your eyes?
in my eyes, I feel like, have you guys heard of the Maslow hierarchy of needs?
I have,
Yeah.
in business, 'cause I study business.
It's like this triangle, where you have at the bottom, the basic stuff, things like shelter, I think like safety, food, even money, just to get by. And then you have like another level, I can't remember all of them, but at the top it has like self-fulfillment. And I feel like in a relationship, if you have the basics, as I mentioned earlier, communication, trust, respect, understanding, patience, that's for me the signs of a good relationship. But I also feel like you also need I really believe in like having a best friend in your partner. I don't feel like it can just be love.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to feel like, it's just love, but no, you need to have a best friend within your partner.
I think that's the most
important
thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
If we're not best friends,
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
Because
Exactly.
best friends, like I can tell you everything, and like you could tell me everything, and we argue, we fight, but it's still love there.
Yeah,
and we can have long. Now I think that's the most important thing in a relationship. Sorry.
No, it's a good
that's
point.
true, yeah.
But yeah, we're on the same page with that one. But I feel like the reason why, again, because if obviously life can be real, life can get hard, and it might be for whatever in one particular moment during that relationship, the love is not really there. But if you have that friendship, I think that's what you can use as like a bounce back to get back onto the love aspect, because you remember we get along well, we have fun together. I feel like even just being your true self with somebody, that's important. I feel like with a lot of females that I speak to anyway, it's probably the same for males, but a lot of females feel like they can't really be themselves around certain males because they've either built up this exterior of this bougie ass girl, but really and truly they're a clown, or they can't, do you know what I mean? So I feel like for me that's very important. Like I have to be my true self, my clowny self. The person has to understand me. We have to get along. And also for me, because I'm very business minded, there has to be some sort of business transaction, something going on, because for me that's what keeps me going. Like I want a man to teach me certain things, show me the ways, even from my experiences, and me show him certain things. For me, I believe in generational wealth. That's another topic for another day.
100%.
But there's no way on earth that I'm just going to have a child of a man and just have love. That's dead. What are we doing for our kids? How are we building?
Let's do some business.
What properties we buying? What companies?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Because at the end of the day, when me and you are gone, our kids are left here to try and defeat this horrible world that they live in. So for me, I want to make my life and their life as easy as possible without the financial stresses which most of us have experienced in our lives. So for me, I've explained a lot of things, but for me, that's the key thing to a good relationship has to be a business element to it, friendship element, and just cover the basics. For me, it's not necessarily about just that material stuff. I feel like 100%. I've surpassed that.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, even when I think about guys, I almost kind of see it as not them being materialistic or having money. I just see it as a kind of a standard thing. I don't make it a priority because it's like, I'm assuming maybe, I don't know, in some shape or form, he will have some sort of stability. And whether it be not even him having, but him having the vision to want
like
to grow. Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Because you can be with somebody who has all the money in the world, but they're lazy.
Yeah.
And then for me, that's boring. You want someone that's going to be always on their toes, and because life can get boring. Like you want someone that's going to be motivated and wants to be, okay, what's the next thing that we're doing, babe? Something, do you know what I mean? Something has to be always going, otherwise it just gets boring, it gets dead. And before you know it, you're on to the next one. You don't want to be with that person.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Successful relationship does rely mainly on the friendship. And I look at my parents and I clock it because they're kind of friends, like I see them in bed just chatting about, you remember my man in Jamaica? you see him, my move, man. Like, they're just having some nice conversation. Like they just have good conversations. They just have a good relationship. Like they're in bed it's not even like, it's just sitting there like, and they're just talking about random topics.
Yeah.
Like, you know, man, I'm at work in my Eid.
Now
I get the job.
Well, I get $2 and I'm up, me have to lower me now.
And his mom's like, yeah, but you have to sort out your boss. He's like, I mean, I got Jamaica a long time. You know? And every day they have a new topic to talk about because it's like, it's more than just love. It's a friendship.
Yeah, it has to be though.
And if you've got that with somebody where you can just sit in bed and talk to them for 4 hours or 3 hours, trust me, that is real. That is, forget all this makeup, what love is, and all these flowers every day, and all, because it's not going to be like that. You with someone for 4 years,
for so long.
Yeah, who wants flowers every single day?
Exactly.
And who's got money in their mindset? I've had a bad day at work. Let me go buy flowers. Like, come on, I'm stressed out right now. Like, give me a massage or just talk to me.
Yeah,
like,
just talk,
listen to me.
conversation.
Listen to my pain right now.
Yeah.
This manager don't want me to evolve. You know, he's holding me back. He's holding me back, and don't just be like, Give me a solution.
Engage.
Give me a solution.
Engage in the
Engage
convo.
with me.
Yeah,
Tell me,
yeah.
well, maybe it's your, you know, like, no, it's not. Have a conversation with me. And the business element is so important because sometimes if a man keeps giving a woman lots of money, he starts to look at her like, you're a liability. Like, he gets £2,000, he's thinking, this woman's gonna want some of my money. But if she was making £2,000, then we could be like, what are we doing with the money?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a difference.
yeah.
It's a big difference in that, and that makes me love you more because I know, like, all right, babes, I'm a little bit low, you know, like, let me a grand, please. I need a grand to like get everything running. And she's like, all right, no problem. Do you remember that's why Kim K and Kanye West stayed together for a little bit longer?
Oh, really?
He went into debt. Don't you remember she saved him?
Oh, yeah.
She gave him the 75
That's
mil,
mad. Look at
and
him
now he became
now.
a billionaire.
It's crazy.
So it's like you have to rate that she
Because
said.
they were a team, fam. Like,
Thank you.
yeah, they were a team, man.
So regardless if they're getting divorced now, whatever, it's not working.
They
But I'm
serve the
saying
purpose for
there
each
was a
other.
time when he was depressed going through his thing. She
she
stayed there
helped
and
him.
she took him out of debt with
yeah.
her money. And to me, imagine you're in debt and you're going through depression and all that, and your Mrs. Carvin, I hope she's just there like, you'll be all right. You're like, babes,
You just need to go and get a new job then.
you're like, I'm 84. I've holidayed everyone. I'm on Twitter begging, man.
You better go message Jay-Z.
You know what I'm saying?
Go message Jay-Z. He's the one that got. That's actually gonna be like,
So it's like that business.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
It's powerful, man.
That business contract that you have with your partner, not business contract, I want to, but that transaction of like you both trying to strive, like financially, it makes the relationship last longer because there's commitments. Like, all right, he pays for this, that, and the other, and I pay for this, that, and the other. So you know that if you're removed for that situation, it's going to be hard for her, or she's removed for that situation, it's going to be hard for you. Now, financially, we have to stay on that same level. I want to leave, but I'm like, hey, you know, my pocket, I want to leave, but where my bank account set up right now, I feel I'm gonna have to stay, and that's not really a bad thing. Always, you know, it's not always a bad thing because at least there's something that's making us stay together.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have nothing to stay together.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just
that's
love.
true.
That's dead.
You know
That's
what I'm
it. Finish quickly.
That's true.
What do you think?
What's that with what?
What makes a successful relationship?
The successful relationship is the teamwork. You get me? And it's communication. It's always communication. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, you have to make sure you're on the right level. Like, also as well, I see this a lot. Like, we don't like in relationships. Like my nan and my granddad, they knew what they was earning. If you know what I mean. Like, cool. My granddad's doing that work. My nan's doing that work. They know what they're earning. They bring it together. I think putting your money together more. Like, stop individualizing it. Like, this is my money, that's your money. I've never really understood that. You get me? But it's back to where we come, like our society and how we've grown and that to be independent. So I think if you come together more, you lot will smash it.
Yeah,
like
power
you
couple.
will smash it in a relationship still. And there's gonna always be flaws. There's gonna be times where you're not seeing eye to eye. You might have a view, or I might have a view, but once you've got that understanding, and it goes back to the friendship. Once you've you can sit down and reason with each other on a level. No matter how angry you get, might not talk to each other for a couple of days, but you could go back and you sit down and say, you know what, but this is what it was and this is what it was. You've let it out and you don't have no hate in your heart for each other. That's when you lot will go, like, in a relationship, you will strive still. You see what I'm saying?
So Draya, plug people in with your social media.
So yeah, Instagram, Draya, DRAYA.king. I'm actually going to be releasing my first music video in the next 2 weeks called Wine and Sip, remix with a special artist who I'm not going to announce just yet, but if you stay tuned, you'll find out.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter, and yeah, I'm just doing my thing out here, whatever. So Yeah.
Come
Big
on.
up. You gave us.
We're
Thank
gonna
you.
definitely bring you back on
Yeah.
because this is a good interview, man.
We could talk about the financial freedom.
Yeah, there's a lot. Trust me,
go into
I
that
can
still.
go deep in there, man.
Yeah,
Go deep with that still,
Yeah.
definitely.
yeah, man. Thank you for coming through,
Thank
man.
you
Big
for
up,
having
man.
me.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.
Yes.
You get me?
Rare Talks, you already know what it is.